Hi, I'm Steve. You can call me Steve. Last time I talked about biodiesel and how you can make it through a process called fatty acid methyl esterification. That's not the important part. I also talked about how instead of growing oil crops, we should use waste sources of raw material to make biodiesel, specifically used cooking oil. However, there's not enough used cooking oil in the world to power every vehicle. There is another source, and it's important enough to warrant its own video. Right, show of hands, who's got a fish? I can't actually see you, so I will just assume that you do. Ever forget to clean the tank and have that green schmutz build up? It's called algae. It's a plant-like single-celled organism. I say plant-like because it doesn't have roots or leaves or cell walls or anything else like real plants do. But it does do photosynthesis. It uses light to make food for itself, which is one of the characteristic things that makes a plant a plant. In this case, what the algae mostly makes for itself is lipids. And lipids is just a fancy term for fats. And fats are the raw materials that go into biodiesel. From our fish tank example, it's clear that algae are easy to grow. You can do it by accident. All you need is water, nutrients, light, and a container to hold it all. If you put the tank outside, the light is free. The algae can use sunlight to drive their photosynthesis. Water and nutrients sound like they could be problematic. The world's supply of fresh, clean water is imperiled, and producing plant food and fertilizer requires industrial effort. However, the algae don't actually require water of the same cleanliness that we do. You saw how well they thrived in a tank full of fish pee. Every major city has a plentiful supply of algae-friendly water with nutrients already added. It's the output of the local sewage treatment plant. Yes, I know, ew, but it's not as gross as it sounds. First, they take all the poop out. Stop giggling. Once the worst of the disgusting stuff is removed, what's left is something that looks like water, but has dissolved in it all of the nutrients that the algae needs to grow. You can fill a tank with it, throw in a sample of algae, and then just basically ignore it until the tank is full of green goo. Then you can scoop out the algae, squeeze out the excess water, extract the oil from it, and turn it into fuel for your car. Well, I say you, but I don't mean you, unless you want to be an algae biofuel engineer. And if you want to, go for it. I keep saying that biofuels are examples of doing it wrong, but this one seems to be all sorts of right. At this point, it all sounds too good to be true, and it kind of is. It turns out that using algae to make biofuel is a slow process, which means you make less product per day compared to chemical synthesis. Also, while the science is in place, the engineering isn't. There simply isn't enough production yet to fuel every car. And from a Canadian perspective, if we want to do this outside, that's going to be hard to do 8 months of the year when all of the water is frozen. However, if enough people and enough money get behind the idea, progress will come. Again, it's not a magic fix, but that's okay. Getting over our dependence on fossil fuels will not have a single solution. It'll be a host of solutions, and algae biofuels will be just one of them. It can be done cheaply, it doesn't require a whole lot of resources, and it doesn't make things worse, like a lot of other biofuel alternatives. Thanks for watching. I've been Steve. You can see more of my videos on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/scienceisnotscary, and be sure to check out other Let's Talk Science videos at www.explorecuriosity.org.